What's up, guys, and welcome back to the video. And today we have another special one. Today we actually have another football edition video. This is game week 19 part A. The reason I got part A, I'm going to do part B over on, I think, it'll be uploaded on Tuesday, is because this game week is a much bigger game week. So for this game week, I'm going to have the first I think 9 games. I think they've got Wolves, West Brom, Leeds, Brighton, West Ham, Burnley, Fulham, Chelsea, Leicester, Southampton, Sheffield, Spurs, Liverpool, Man U, Man City, Palace, and Arsenal, Newcastle. And then after that is when it starts doubling up. For example, West Ham then play West Brom, etc. So I'll be then on the part B, I'll do West Ham, West Brom, Leicester, Chelsea, Man City, Aston Villa, Fulham, Man United, Liverpool, Burnley, and Aston Villa, Newcastle. Now before we get into it, you're seeing this on Saturday at 2 PM. No, you're not, because the Wolves and West Brom game play at 12:30. So you're seeing this probably at like 10 o'clock in the morning. It's be quite early in the morning. Be uploaded, and at 5 o'clock, I'm actually doing, on screen now you can see it, I'll put out a tweet and I'll be watching a match along, obviously on stream, twitch.tv/it's Matthew Kirk, the Fulham and Chelsea game, because I'm going to be planning on doing it for the Liverpool Burnley game, or it's just test it and see a trial run. So the trial run here is going to be Fulham, Chelsea, so yeah, hopefully it's going to be good. Obviously, 5 PM GMT, I'll be watching it over on my Twitch. Obviously, you won't be able to watch the gameplay or listen to commentators because, again, it's copyrighted. So, yeah. Anyway, without further ado, let's get straight into the predictions. So, the first game of the weekend is Wolves versus West Brom. Now, both teams, last week, Wolves lost to Everton 2-1. When West Brom didn't play. This game, I think, would be a nice game. I think Sam Allardyce needs to try and get his grips to West Brom now. They've signed Snodgrass, would be a good signing for them. With Wolves, they've been really bad form this year. I didn't know how bad they were doing. They're currently 14th in the league, and they're not doing that well. So this game, I think, will be a quite difficult game for both teams, and I actually think it's be a draw, and I think it'd be a 1-1 draw. Wolves are struggling to try and score goals. West Brom are at the moment struggling to not concede. I think both teams are going to reassure, and they'll probably draw 1-1, potentially Wolves win, but can go 1-1 draw in that game. The next game is Leeds versus Brighton. Now, Brighton play both teams play really nice football. Both teams, I love watching both teams. They play really nice football, but both teams aren't doing the best. Obviously, Leeds are doing well for a team who just came up, and Brighton, they're doing quite badly, and I think this game is only one winner here, in my opinion. Maybe I might be bite my words here, but I think it'd be a nice little Leeds win. It's either going to be a really high scoring game or quite low scoring game of Leeds. It's really hard to predict. I'm going to predict, however, a 3-1 Leeds win. You might get a lucky, I don't know, Ben White header for Brighton if he's not injured or something, or maybe a Webster. And then Leeds, you probably like Bamford, Jack Harrison potentially, etc. In my FPL team, do I have any Leeds players? If I do, yeah, I have Jack Harrison. Hopefully Jack Harrison can do well. I'm actually playing bench boost for my FPL team this week. But yeah, I think it'll be a 3-1 win to Leeds United. The next game of the weekend is West Ham versus Burnley. Honestly, I'm not watching this game. Burnley plays so passive and so boring football to me. I hate watching Burnley. West Ham, I would want to win this game, to be quite fair. I wouldn't mind West Ham seeing this game. I would predict West Ham will win it. I don't think they played last week. Let me just check. They did not play last week. Their previous fixture was a 1-0 win over Everton, so not too bad. They've had some rest now, and I think I'm going to go with a narrow scoreline. I think it'll be a 2-0 win to West Ham. Quite comfortable, but 2-0 win to West Ham. Now the next game, the one I'll be watching over on Twitch, the link will be down in the description down below for that as well. Fulham versus Chelsea. Fulham came back at 1-0 down after the Spurs game, just gone, and then Jose Mourinho started moaning about it because they had loads of rest. Don't know why. Anyway, I don't hate Fulham. I like Scott Parker. I like him to do well. Frank Lampard needs a result, and if they do not get the 3 points today, today, at the time you're seeing this, Frank Lampard needs to be a bit worried. I think he should play Huddersfield. I think he's class. Werner, potentially play Werner. Just try and keep playing him, try and get some goals. If not, Giroud against a quite defensive Fulham side. You need to be reassured at the back. Your defence is awful. It's really hard with Chelsea right now. There's a lot of things they need to do with it. Weirdly, because they spent like over 200 million in the summer, but on attackers. I think it'd be A win to Chelsea. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win. A narrow win, but it's 3 points in a day for Frank Lampard. Now, the last game on Saturday, it is Leicester versus Southampton. Now, Southampton are now out of their talisman. Danny Ings up top, now out for COVID for 2 weeks. Any FPL owners, I feel bad for you. Leicester, they're just class, aren't they? They're just class. I'm hoping Vardy has a good game. He's in my FPL team. Do I think he'll do well? Yes. However, I'm not sure because Leicester's home form is a lot worse than their away form. They just can't find the really good wins at home. However, with James Maddison back, they're looking decent. I think this will be a nice game to watch, actually. I don't have BT, unfortunately, so I can't watch it, but be a nice game. And I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. Leicester-Southampton 2-2 draw. I think it's been a good game. Chad Adams, Phil Walcott potentially scoring. You've maybe got hopefully Ings scoring, etc. But yeah, Ings. Vardy, sorry. But yeah, I think we're 2-2 draw in that game. Now, the first game on Sunday is Sheffield United versus Spurs. An off-form Spurs, and Sheffield finally got their first win of the season. It was from a penalty, but not the point. And Newcastle, I feel bad for Newcastle fans. Like, Ryan Fraser, what was he doing in that game? It was awful. But anyway, Sheffield United, they have just come off their first win of the season. Do I think they'll get another one? No. Do I think they can get a draw, but I do not see them beating Spurs. Spurs need to try and get back to winning ways. Do I think they can? Yes. Do I think they will? Not sure. I think it is going to be a Spurs win, though, and I think it's going to be a narrow 1-0 win for Spurs. Hopefully a Kane goal, because I have Kane in my FPL team. But yeah, I think it'll be a nice little 1-0 win for Spurs. Now, the big game we're waiting for, the big game. Liverpool versus Manchester United. Now, this is a big game. Not just a derby between Liverpool and Man United. This is it's not even a title signing, because if either team wins, doesn't mean they've won the title. It's not one of those, like, people are saying it's a title winning game. It's not. It's got nothing to. This game's got nothing to do with the title. If we win, we're on level points with Man United. If they win, they're 6 points clear. However, Man City can still catch them. So I don't understand why people are saying it's a title winning game, because it's not. Man, you can easily drop 6 points. We can easily gain 6 points on them. It's quite simple. However, I'm going to back my boys. I support Liverpool. Don't know. Liverpool tend to perform better in like a important game. This is an important game. It's a very important game. We want to keep our Anfield streak going. We do not want to lose to Man United. It's going to make us worse in the league. We need to win. We need to win this game. It's a must-win game. And Liverpool, with Klopp's team anyway, we tend to win the must-win games, i.e. the Barcelona game. When we lose 3-0 aggregate, we won 4-0. The Spurs game to extent this year as well. We have many Man City games previously. In the Champions League Man City game, there's a lot of games where it's been a must win and we've won them. Leicester last year as well, on Boxing Day, we thrashed them 4-0. I think Liverpool win this game, hopefully. I'm fingers crossed. I think they win it. I'm going to back my boys any day of the weeks. If he plays Henderson at centre-back, I understand why. Don't want to. I'd rather play Reece Williams there potentially, or potentially buy a centre-back, but that's a different topic. I'm going to go with a 2-0 Liverpool win here. 2-0 Liverpool win. I've said Man United aren't going to score, which is a bit bold. I'm not going to lie to you. Saying Man United aren't going to score with the attack they have is very bold. But name me one Man United game this year where you've said, they've played incredibly well. There's been no game this year, for me, that Man United have played exceptionally well in. And they're going to have to play exceptionally well against us to win. I can't remember one game this year that Man United played exceptionally well in. I'm not saying they don't deserve to be there, because they've got the point in the day. It doesn't matter how you play it, it's just matter with the points you have. But I've not seen a game this year of Man United have been incredible. I've not. That's just me being honest. That's not because I'm biased Liverpool, it's just I'm being honest. Liverpool, have I seen a good Liverpool game this year? The Spurs game was very good. Besides that, apart from Palace game, not really. But I'm being honest. But I think Liverpool win this game 2-0. I do not see if Man United get a penalty, Klopp's going to go wild. I don't understand why managers moan about the penalty thing. Okay, when it's not a penalty, it should be. When it's not a penalty, for example, if someone dives or when Pogba tripped over his own feet in the box and got given a penalty, that I agree with. But using the stat saying, oh, you've had more penalties than us. Oh, you shouldn't be that. Or if you had no penalties, you'll be down like 9th. I don't understand why people use that excuse, because bear in mind, penalties is a element in the football, is an element in the game. So why do people use that as an excuse that you shouldn't be there? It makes no sense to me. If I don't make any sense there, I think we'd be calling gibberish right now. But when someone says, "Oh, you've had 20 penalties, which led to like 5 points this year," that makes what? It makes no sense. Like, for example, people said, "Oh, if Man United had no penalties, there would be like on 8th or something." As just an example, it makes no sense to me because penalties are part of the game. So why are people using that excuse? I don't know. But we move. What they should do is undeserved penalties, and then that would make more sense. But yeah, this game 2-0 for me. I'm hoping 2-0. I'm hoping for a thrashing, but we need to humble Man United fans. We do need to humble them. But 2-0 Liverpool win. Now the last game on Sunday, I've been babbling on now, but last game of Sunday is Man City versus Crystal Palace. Now Palace did get a draw against Arsenal. I watched the first half of the game, and Palace looked like the better team. Eze looks sick. Oh, he's just so sick. He's so slick. He's so sick, and he's just incredible. So is Zaha. With them two in their team, they can definitely stay up in the Prem, and I think they will. And I think they could get a result against Man City. I sometimes do. Do I think they will? No. Because Man City's defensive record this year has been so sick this year. John Stones and Diaz have formed a new partnership, which could be one of the best partnerships in the league. I'm not saying it's the best they're the best centre backs in the league. It could be the best partnership. If Van Dijk had a David Alaba next to him, that could be the best partnership in the league. But I do not see like Matip or Gomez being in their best partnership. I can definitely see though Diaz and Stones being a sick partnership. But Diaz has came in and made Stones look incredible again, like he was back at Everton, and it's nice to see. It's really nice to see because I like Stones in England in a sense. And if we can have a fully fit Joe Gomez with Stones, I'd happy play a three at the back with him, Stones and Maguire, Stones, Gomez and Maguire, because you got the pace with John Stones and Gomez. Maguire needs that person who has the pace to cover for him. Maguire's a good defender. He's a good defender. You can't deny it. He's not that fast. And he gets flustered a bit. So yeah, John Stones, Diaz, incredible. If Diaz made Shevchenko look good recently as well, so it's weird to see. But I do think it'll be a nice little Man City win. It's gonna be a 2-0 win to Man City as well for me. Now, the last game of the weekend is Arsenal versus Newcastle. Now, Arsenal looked horrific against Palace. I'm not going to lie to you. They kept a clean sheet, but it was quite poor performance in my opinion. With Newcastle, they should be beating Newcastle. Newcastle have been awful recently. I do think Newcastle will get a goal, potentially a Callum Wilson penalty. I'm hoping he's in my FPL team. But I think Arsenal win this game. I think Smith, they're finding it. They haven't won in the last 7 home games. They've only won 1, which is poor. They're now going to make it 2 in 8. So 2 wins in 8 games at home, because I think they're going to beat Newcastle, and I think it's going to be a narrow 2-1 win. I think we're a late winner from potentially Aubameyang, but I think maybe a Smith Rowe can get a late goal or maybe a penalty, but we don't know. But yeah. That is, I think, my prediction. 2-1 win for Arsenal. Now, if you have enjoyed today's prediction video, obviously this is part A of Game Week 19. Part B will be out Tuesday at 2 p.m. And yeah, hopefully I can get majority of these. I want to get some right. Let me know what your predictions are down below and see if you agree with any of my predictions. And what do you think the Man United Liverpool game is going to be? I hope you predict Liverpool to win, because Liverpool, my team. Anyway, yeah, it's been about Matthew. Take care. In a bit.